Hi there, everybody. I'm going to take you through one of the sample business reports that you will be able to see for yourself on your iLearn. Now, hi all, I'm going to take you through exactly how to see a business report example that should work for you in submitting your own. So we'll start by going back to the March 10th assignments. When we started to complete assignments online, and you'll see this is when you were working on your ePortfolio, and I gave you some samples. So I'm going to pick Randy's ePortfolio mainly because he saved it on PDFs, so I could tell the pages discreetly and that pages didn't run into one another. So you guys are going to have to do that too. So this is Randy's ePortfolio, and we can talk about setting up yours on another time. But under the work samples is his business report on branding. So we're going to look that up, and then you're going to have to download it, download the PDF. And here we are. So the very first page of his business report and your business reports will be a title page. You can find a sample for that on page 481 in your book. Okay, next is a page for the table of contents. This is Randy's. There's a sample of that on page 483 in your book. The sample in your book also includes the list of illustrations. Now, in your directions, I asked that these be on two separate pages, but since the book gives you both of those on its one sample, you may also put your list of illustrations on the same page as your table of contents. Note here for the list of illustrations that there is all of the figures are numbered and they have a title. You'll see from Randy's there are only 3 figures, so I'm not sure whether his semester I only required 3. That's a possibility. Okay, but yours will have 4 figures. Next, we go to the beginning of the report, which, yes, here it is. No, I went too far. So after the list of illustrations, we have the executive summary. Now this is 1 page, or it can be 1.5 pages. The directions for doing your executive summary are on page 477 in your book. Okay, after a page for the executive summary is the introduction. The introduction has several parts, all of which will need to be put in. And in this case, Randy was able to put his his introduction and all the parts on 1 page, which you may do. I have allowed you 1.5 pages for that. The findings is the main part of your business report, and we have talked and will be talking more about the all-important talking heads in your findings section. So this talking head, people follow brands based on certain actions, can be a sentence, and that's the kind of head that's different than location or brands or actions or something like that. You want a whole sentence where those are required. Okay, then we have the first figure, and you'll note that Randy has introduced the figure in his text. He has included figure with a title, then shown this chart, and included the important design by and the source. Okay, that's page 2 of his report. Page 3, now there's a little problem here because when he put this in, this figure was supposed to be on page 3 and it didn't fit, so you're going to have to try and make yours fit, because this is where you introduce the figure and the figure must go right after that. Okay, so this is just an example how nobody's perfect, but now that we're looking at this, please do try and put your figure right after that mention of it. So we have figure 2, we have the title, we have the figure itself, then we have designed by and the source, and more paragraphs, and you'll see none of the paragraphs are longer than 6 lines long. It's very good if you can start a page with one of your subheads. Now, Randy didn't do this all the time, but it would be great if you could do this. Successful brands team up with influential Instagrammers. So we have another introduction where I said that the graphs have to be integrated with the text. So you have figure 3 in the text, and then you have the actual figure with all the ingredients that are necessary. And we have the final page of the findings. Then we go to the summary and conclusions and recommendations with all the parts, and finally the works cited page. And I think that Randy doesn't have the questionnaires in the appendix because I added that after his semester. But that's a look at one of the business reports that you can see on your own.